Hello, hello. 26th March here. New York session. Man, seems like we tapped into 150-200 and then we just kept on rallying forward towards 151. Wasn't really expecting price to come up towards 151 to be honest, but the way it's moved on the daily time frame, weekly time frame, it just seems like we're still going to continue moving up at this point. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look to the left hand side. So we filled the gap at 158.50. Now we're looking at our next resistance is at 151, 150, which is actually not that far away. Where's my rectangle over here? The zone right there. So if you look on the 30-minute time frame, yeah, that's not that far away at all. If we measure this range, this is like 13, 14, 15 pips right there, you know. So we'll see what happens. Like we'll need to break above this high, 151, for price to continue moving up. So we'll see if we can break that or not to continue moving bullish here. Welcome, welcome Gulag. Welcome to a Friday session here. So I'm probably not going to be looking for any trade today. Just going to be like, sitting back, reviewing analysis and stuff like that. It's a Friday. Got to stay calm. Oh, gold has just been ranging over here. Gold hasn't really broken below 1726 at all. I think we broke below yesterday. Right over here, we broke below yesterday. We broke below, okay, in the afternoon session as well. Came all the way down towards 1721 and retraced back up. But we are still in the range. Would you consider taking buys above 0.200? On what pair? Viggy, I wish I was a mind reader. Oh, GJ. 151, 200. 151, 200. Oh, you're looking all the way to the left hand side. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame. Above this area, yeah. I mean, above 151, 150 would make sense, right? For price to continue on towards, 151, 350. You got another support area at 151, 400, 450. So, yeah, that would make sense. But also, try to look for buys above this area here as well if you're really going to take buys, above 151 for price to continue on towards 151, 150. And then after that, you can put your stops at break even. And then if it breaks above this area, then you're probably saying, okay, perfect. It should continue moving up. Iron Man clapped back at you. He was pissed about your comment. I don't know who that is. Let's take a look at your JPY. We got more important things than to worry about some random person. Buys with the break of a previous candle high. 129, 150. Yeah, it looks good. If we break above this high, it's kind of like the same idea we have on pound yen, breaking above 151, 0.10 for price to move up. So it's like the same idea you have here. Buy above that area. All right, let's take a look at this. Did not wait for the price to form a support and took sells in a strong bullish trend, managed risk and closed at negative. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, so whenever you're taking a counter trend trade, it's always a better idea to wait for a support to form. Because let's say if this price starts moving down, right? It's not going to be a confirmed sell unless we make a support and then we break a support. Once we break that support, then okay, like what price is breaking a support on a 30-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, whatever the case is, and then that's a high probability for price to continue down. Price will only continue down if it breaks support, or if it's only going to move up if it breaks resistance. Right, so we can see over here we got 22 minutes left for this candle to close. I do believe if we break above 151.010, we're going to continue moving up towards 151.150. Just need to break above that area. Am I going to be executing on that? No, I'm not executing on that. It's a Friday. I've had a sort of like a rough week, so I'm not going to, jeopardize my gains on a Friday over here. How would you have caught that move if you were trading the London session? How would I have caught that move if I was trading the London session? Let's take a look over here. So first of all, probably a buying probability above, 150-600. Let's take a look at that area there. Yeah, maybe over here, right here, because look, if price came up created a high, came down, created support. So once we started breaking above these areas, I would have been looking for buys for price to continue moving bullish. Because looking left to the left hand side, we had this range to fill around 159.00 right here. So that's what I would have been looking at for price to move into. Once we broke these highs, for price to continue bullish, because we made a high at this point, we're super bullish. So that's what I'll be looking at. Price made higher low and retest previous higher high. Took a buy at this point. Ooh, 30 pips, nice, beautiful. All right, so if we look on the 15-minute time frame, we're creating a minor support at this point, right? If we break the support, then there's a probability for price to continue down, and that's something I would look at in a counter trend trade. You know, for price to make a support, break that support, for price to continue down. You know, on the 30-minute time frame, obviously we haven't broken the high, so there's no buys at that time. Let's take a look at this chart over here. 10 pip range if the candle breaks the high, no go, not a volume time. Okay, 30 pip range above this area here. Perfect. We got bigger ranges at that point. Ooh, we got a question coming in. Hey Raj, I'm struggling with confidence issues due to a losing streak. What can I do to get confidence back? The best thing you can do is to maybe lower your lot size, right? Once you lower down your lot size, then you're going to be relieving some of the stress from a trade if it goes in negative. You know, that's going to be the one thing. Second thing is you want some good analysis on your belt to make sure that your confidence is back. So, I mean, like if you're having confidence issues, you're losing trades, I would say just lower down your lot size and focus on just 1 or 2 analysis a day. Because the reason why we will lose confidence if we just keep on trading, we keep on doing analysis, we keep on executing on things we think are going to move and they don't move, right? So that's when you're going to have some severe confidence issues. Also, like another thing is when you spend a lot of time on the charts, that's where you get some anxiety as well. You know, you get anxiety, you get stressed out because you're spending a lot of time on the charts, you're not finding trades. Most times you're looking at the charts at the wrong time. You know, maybe you're looking at the charts in the afternoon time and there's no volume, and you're trying to figure things out and they're not working. You're like, why isn't it working at this time? Because there's no volume at that time. Thank you for Magic Keys. I burnt my heart badly yesterday, but I should wrap my head to use my... Oh, nice. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Want to catch the move here again. Want to see a higher high. This happens, so I want to bullish candle take this wick. I will close 50% if this wicks get broken. Nice. If you do break below this area, then yeah, it makes sense. But so far you're in the trade. Yeah, it's good. So far you're in the trade. And you know how to manage the trade, so that's good. I would say on a Friday, I wouldn't recommend anyone to take more than 1 trade or more than 2 trades on a Friday today. You know, be very careful. Don't mess up your gains here on a Friday. I took a buy before sleeping. I woke up a couple of hours ago and closed around 10 pips. Oh, nice. 10 pips making sleeping. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a GJ 15-minute chart. Entry price closed above 200, okay? Because this was support. We broke below support, closed back in support. So this became a fake out. Candle wick down, broke 15-minute high, stopped below current candle, secured 80% at 10 pips. Nice. Very nice trade. Got that full momentum push coming up. Right now, pound yen is ranging at this point. Good morning, everyone. How do you know if price will go up or down based on good or bad news? We don't know that. That's something we don't know. We can anticipate price moving based on, the information we look on the left-hand side, but it's generally very hard to know if price is going to move up or down. It's mainly just, anticipation based on where price is right now, what the news is going to be, what they're expecting. So, that's a very open-ended question there. We got GBP AUD. Don't really like buys above 1.8100. What do you think? Yeah, I think there's a bit of consolidation over there. Let's take a look here. Right, because you got this zone at this point, which may cause some issues, and you got a whole bunch of consolidation happening over here too, that may cause some issues. So that's the whole problem there. Sells below this area, yeah, sells below this area looks good because you got clean candles here to the left hand side. But also, since it's a Friday, I wouldn't recommend anyone to kind of like force trades. That's something you don't want to do. Don't force trades on a Friday. That may turn out to be very, very bad. If someone trades London session but tunes into this live stream for education purposes, do you think they're spending too much time on the chart? No, not really. I mean, if you're not actively looking for a trade, then you're not. I wouldn't say it's spending too much time on the charts. Like, ask yourself, do you think you're spending too much time on the charts? Because I have no idea. You know, if GJ breaks support, would you take an impulse entry or would you wait for a candle to close? I will not take any trade. If it breaks the support, I'm not looking for any trades for today. You know, maybe if the buys really stand out, I may execute on buys, but other than that, I'm not looking for any trades at all. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. GA caught this trade on London Open, price made a low, next 30-minute candle closed above resistance, bias was bullish, got a runner, done for the day, nice. Now we're approaching this consolidation area here to the left hand side that we discussed in the other chart. I learned more with you on your live stream than with my mentor that I paid in the past $130 a month. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. $130 a month. That's a lot of money, man. That's like 5 Netflix subscriptions. You can get Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney, and the UFC channel. Well, that's a little expensive, but you can get those 3. Oh, and YouTube. YouTube has subscription now too. This might be a stupid question, but how do you not care when you miss out in extra pips you could have had after you take 10 pips? Because, I mean, just be happy with what you have. You know, it's just like, just be happy with what you have. It's like when you're making sales, right? And you're making sales, you make 2 sales, be happy with that. You know, at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know. It's just, you just have to be happy with what you get. That's it. You can't say, oh, I could have gotten that, I could have gotten this. If you think you could have gotten more pips, then put stops at break even, you know, and let it run. Because sometimes what happens is whenever price, okay, so this is something very common I get every day. And this question is, hey man, so every time I put my stops at break even, after I'm in 6 pip profit, price always retraces and stops me out. And then I'm like, well, why do you put your stops at break even? Because if you put your stops at break even, that means you're accepting a break even outcome. Make sense? If you put your stops at break even, we don't know where the markets are going to go. And if it retraces and stops you out, that means you're accepting the break even outcome. If you don't want to accept a break even outcome, then don't put stops at break even. You know, or my rule is like, whenever I'm going to put stops at break even, I'm at least securing profits. You know, I'm securing like 80%, 90%. Only that's the reason I'm putting stops at break even. I started trading live 2 months ago. I entered just 5 trades. I managed well, but I have problems embracing risks. What to do? It's possible to fix that. Man, you asked me like it's a car engine. Is it possible to fix that engine? Yeah, I mean, I've problem with embracing risks. You just need to accept what risk you're going to take. You know, most times, you know, guys get afraid in taking a trade, and it's just like you have to start afresh. Most times what happens is when you're afraid to take risk is because you've had a lot of losses in the past, right? So those losses in the past, they basically restrict you in taking trades. So what you got to understand is that, okay, you will say, okay, Mr. Trader, you have an account, and maybe that account is at $1,500, right? So your account is at $1,500. Let's make this a little bigger. 36. So let's say your account is at $1,500. And then you got to understand that, okay, risk per day. What's going to be your risk per day? You have to identify your risk per day, right? Out of 1,500, how much money will you be risking per day? Will it be $15? Will it be $150? You know, will it be $20? What is it going to be? Let's say it's going to be $30, right? you're going to risk $30. And now you're going to say, okay, what percentage is $30 out of $1,500? For some people who don't know, it's really easy to calculate that. All you got to do is 30 divided by 150 times 100, right? And that's around 2%. So this is risk equals 2%. So that's your risk for the day, right? You have 1,500, you're risking $30, that's 2% risk. If you risk more than $30, then that's going to be like, higher risk at that point, right? So you got to be very careful about your risk. You got to understand your risk all the time. Some people may think, oh, $30 is nothing. $30 is a lot when you got $1,500, so it's 2%. Always understand your risk. If you overtrade, this risk is just going to go up if you overtrade. It's just as simple as that. And if this risk goes up because you overtraded and you lost money, man, then your confidence is going to go down. It's going to go downtown. But imagine you're taking a trade with 2% and you're always managing risk, and all the time your loss, let's say your loss, instead of being $30, it's always like, let's say $20 or like $25, right? So instead of losing $30, you're always losing 20 to 25 because you're managing risk. Now what's going to happen is that all your wins are going to be $30+, right? Sorry about my drawing here with the pen, right? So all your wins are going to be more than $30+. So overall, your wins are going to be more. But if you overtrade, it's just going to be dumb losses, man. So we got to make sure we don't take any dumb losses, especially on Fridays. Not good, not good, not good. Gold is a mess. I'm not even going to come close to gold at this point. Let's take a look at Forex Factory here. All right, so we got Saunders speaking here later on. What are they talking about? More hawkish, expected good for currency. Okay, well, looks like it's already good over here. It's consolidating here now. See, we're in a high volume time, pre-New York time, and price is consolidating over here. Does the market move differently on Fridays? Why are you so strict about Friday trades? I'm not really strict about Friday trades. I encourage people not to trade on Fridays because most of your losses are going to happen on Fridays. Not because the market is different, the mindset is different. The mindset is different on Fridays, because if you've taken losses over the week, you're going to make Friday to kind of like make back all those losses during the week, and that's not going to happen. There's a very, very high probability that's not going to happen, because most people are going to treat Friday as the end of the world, and the outcome is going to be pretty bad at that point. So some people have wins on Friday, some people have losses on Friday. So it all depends on where your mindset is. The market is the same, the mindset is different. So let's do some fresh analysis here on gold. Actually, let's take a look at this trade here. I'm in a buy on GJ, manage risk and still have, was this a bad trade? I would say this was a bad trade. I mean, as soon as you saw this 30-minute candle closed bearish, you should have closed the entire position. So if you're still in this trade, we're consolidating, and I don't know. I mean, if we break above this area, we can go up. But if I was in this trade right here, I would want to get out of this trade because we're consolidating. We don't know whether we're going to break down or we're going to break up. Just simple analysis. It's our ability to accept that causes us to have losses. Okay, so we got support at this point. Looking on the 1 hour time frame, we got support at 1723. Now we're going to break this down, and let's take a look to the left hand side. Okay, so looking at the 1 hour time frame, we got a potential wick fill down at 1719 right there. Looking at 30-minute time frame, yeah, makes sense. If we break below 1723, I think we can continue moving bearish. All right, let's take a look at USD CAD. Let's check out USD CAD. Okay, let's take a look at the daily time frame. Daily is coming back here in the range, retracing. 4-hour candles is 4-hour candle is about to close bullish in 2 hours, but we still got 2 hours left over here. But the good thing is also we created a high at 1.26200. Let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame. 1 hour is creating a support. We're also entering another resistance area at this point. Yeah, it's getting pretty tricky over here. We're rejecting this area, we're consolidating. The only thing is we have some clean range here. It's like 9 pips away, 6 pips away. So not a friendly range here to trade, to be honest. Not friendly at all. I think a friendlier range is below 1.25700. So you gotta get this entire range going all the way down towards 1.25 right here. Waiting for price to form a structure here and then let the price show confirmations. Looks good, looks good. It's Friday, be patient, don't force anything. That's perfect. We're just waiting over here. About to have my first profitable week. Not taking any trades unless this fits my setup. Oh, nice, congratulations. First profitable week coming up. All right. Let's take a look at GU. What do you think about sells on GU below 1.3770? Well, Fabian, I think if you sent a chart, that would have helped us out a lot because I don't memorize prices of GU here, so we'll have to take a look and see what's going on. But remember, sending charts is perfect. Please send charts. So we're moving up over here. It looks like, oh, look at this. We're moving up at this point. Let's take a look on the 1 hour time frame here. 1 hour is obviously creating a resistance right at this point right here. And we're entering some sort of a consolidation area on GU. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. So 30 minutes created a support 1.37600. What was this price Fabian sent? 1.3700, 770? Below 770? I don't know. Below this area would make sense because price had resistance formed. We moved up, broke above this resistance, came down, created support, and then started moving back up again. So I would say maybe below this wick, 1.37640, that would make sense for price to continue down because then you got clean candle here to the left hand side. But at the same time, if we create a support at this point right here, 1.37670, then price can obviously continue back up to test this high. If you want to risk $500 a day, taking 1 to 2 trades, would you risk the full $500 per trade or would you risk half? If you lose 1 trade, you risk $250. Well, you answered your own question over there. If you have $500 to risk per day, then you need to allocate that $500 to 2 trades. Ooh, yesterday I lost my 2 months gains in just 3 trades. Man, that's not good. Not good, not good. If you open 2 to 3 positions in one setup that you see, do you consider that as one trade? Yes. I consider that as one trade. I consider that as, yeah, one trade. Unless you're not over risking, you know, unless you don't break out of your risk appetite. All right, looks like we're waiting over here. If you look on the 4-hour or daily and it's bullish, do we only look for buys? Yeah, so if you look on the 4-hour and the daily, the bias is buys, you know. But then you gotta look at the smaller time frames, and then you have to see, okay, does buys actually make sense on the smaller time frames? And for the most part, I think it will make sense above, you know, 151 above this area for buys. Oh, someone's got a big problem over here. I got a problem and a managed risk have, let's say, from $10 to $6, but when I'm in profits, I take partial. Even if I make 3 wins, I'm in break even. What can I change? I think what you can change is, or I think what you can do is look at your trades and look to see how often are they really hitting your targets. You know, if they're hitting targets without hitting a stop loss, I think what you need to do at that point is maybe whenever you're getting scared, close 80% of the trade, close 50% of the trade, and let the rest run. When you're getting scared, when you're getting non-confident at that point, let it run. And if it runs to your profits, then your confidence is going to increase a little bit, because the confidence is going to go up, and you're going to say, okay, you know what, when to take profit? Maybe next time I want to let a higher position, run. Just like right here, we're about to break the highs around 151.010, and if someone hasn't taken impulse entries before, maybe they would want to take a smaller impulse entry at that point, right? Maybe they take a small impulse entry as we break above this area to kind of see what it feels like to be in an impulse entry, and if that continues moving up, your confidence is going to increase in that, and then maybe down the road you're going to maybe increase your risk a little bit on the impulse entries. But if you don't break above, then obviously there's no impulse entry. Good morning. Can you take a look at my running trade? Let's take a look over here. We got a running trade coming in from the Gulag, our trusted Gulag. Ooh, buys. Price closed above resistance, came down. You took a buy at this point. Now we're consolidating. Yeah, I mean, if we break above this area, then we're going to go up. But having an entry within the range, it gets a little bit tricky. Just a tiny bit tricky. Hey, bro, what do you think about the beginner gain? 30% for first month. Is it good? I think that's amazing. 30%, it's super amazing, on whatever account that is. All right, so 30-minute candle has closed. We closed bullish. We're still at this resistance on the 30-minute time frame. You can see right here, we need to break above 151.010 for price to continue moving bullish. Bullish. Will you be entering that impulse? I don't know. I'm not sure. I know that's going to work out, but I haven't really made up my mind if I want to execute on the trade or not. Probably not, We'll see what happens. Pound USD is also kind of like rejecting this area here. You can look on the 15-minute time frame. Look at these big wicks. Big wicks mean big rejections. Gold also coming down towards the 1723 support. I tried your impulse entries, but it wasn't for me. I think a lot of people put a lot of stress on impulse entries, and they're not for everybody. I mean, they're pretty hard. You need a lot of experience in impulse entries, man. Trust me. I mean, if you see one webinar on impulse entries and you think you're going to get it, you're not going to get it. 100%. You're not going to 100% get it. It's going to take you months. It took me months to basically figure out, and once I figured it out, that's when I made the webinars. Because for impulse entries, it's not like if a bearish candle breaks a bearish candle, you can take an impulse entry. No, it's got to create a support. In the same way, if a bearish candle breaks the low of a bullish candle, that's not an impulse entry. It depends on the size of the bullish candle. Depends on if the previous one is bearish or not. So there are like a lot of variations you need to keep in mind. So we're coming up over here to see if we're going to break above or not, and I'm looking to see if I will execute on this or not. Planning on it above 151.010, because if I do execute on that, the stop is going to be below this current 30-minute candle, which is like 7 pips, 8 pips, 7 pips, 8 pips, and then your total range is around 14, 15 pips at that point. And it's also going to be trading with the trend. Hey, good morning, Raja. Are you taking into consideration if we are in an uptrend or downtrend? Yes, we are in an uptrend. For example, if we are in an uptrend, we are only looking for buys. Yes, because trend is your friend. I thought you don't like impulse entries in the first few minutes of the hour. Yeah, I mean, whenever we break up, Luke trades just like you. He's 99.9% your son. He's a part of market fluidity. That's where you learn to trade. So now we have the London streams. Ooh, JP Savage donated $5. Thank you. $5. Gonna get a Starbucks coffee here today. Actually, I don't like Starbucks coffee anyway. Too expensive, man. $5 for a coffee, $4 for a coffee, just makes no sense. You know, I think, now don't get me wrong, actually I'm not gonna say it, we got a lot of snowflakes over here. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. Any advice on how to improve the trader personality? It depends. Depends what you think a trader personality is. You know, it depends what a trader personality is. I think the biggest trait of being a trader is to really accept the outcome. You know, if you had a losing trade, you got to step back, you got to be mature enough to accept that losing outcome and then try to see that, okay, why was this a loss? You know, if this was a loss, was it a probability loss or was it like something that, I mean, if you lose a trade, price went against you and that means you were wrong. You know, some people say, oh, you know, it's probability. No, it's not probability. If price went against you, you were wrong. And I mean, a part of that is probability, but a part of that is because you were wrong. And you need to figure out how you could have been right. You know, because right here, there were no buys. We're breaking the lows at this point. So, you know, see? So there were no buys over here. We didn't break the highs at that point. If I was taking sells at this point, I would wait for this 30-minute candle to close. Or at least a 15-minute candle to close. Yeah, you know what I've noticed? I've noticed that people who really struggle with finances are the ones who go shop at Starbucks. 100%. 100%. $5 coffees, $4 coffees, $6 coffees, those pumpkin shart sprinkled cappuccinos, whatever they're called, man, these names, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just too old right now, but yeah, I would never go to Starbucks and buy a $4 or $5 coffee. Waste of money, man. It's literally a waste of money, you know. What do you think about NASDAQ? All right, let's take a look at NASDAQ over here. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. All right, so we got clean candle to the left-hand side above this minor resistance you have. Waiting for candle, okay. And then you got a clean candle traffic below this here. This looks good. This is a very good analysis on the chart over here. So you're looking at this zone to break right over here. You got clean candle to the left-hand side. You're waiting for these sells. Perfect. GU is at support. We got GJ in this delicate situation. We got gold coming down to 1723. Yeah, we're gonna bake. Raja, you are a millionaire. Spend the money. And that's the reason I have money, because I don't spend it on stupid things. Trust me, I don't spend money at all. I'm very careful where I spend my money. That's why I have it. Most people don't have it because they spend it. Any advice on how to actually review a journal? I've been journaling for 6 months now, every trade, and I want to read it from the first month to the last one. How do you actually review it? So here's how you review your journal, right? So let's say for example that you were waiting for this trade right here, right? Okay, so let's just break this down over here. Let's say, for example, price made a support and you were waiting to take a buy and you eventually took a buy at this point right over here. So you took a buy right here and you had your stop maybe somewhere down over here and price went up. You had a winning trade, you took profits. You're like, okay, perfect. I got a winning trade. I took profits. Now, what you need to do is you need to take a look at this trade and you need to ask yourself that, okay, you had an entry right over here. But what about the candle at this point? How could you have had an entry on this candle over here? What could you have done differently, right? So now we're going to take a look at that. So since you already had a win, so now you got to read that, okay, how you could have really capitalized on your win. So maybe you could say that, okay, well, maybe if this candle broke the high of the previous candle, I could have anticipated it to continue back up to retest this high at this point. you know. So maybe you could have entered a small position as it broke the high because we're still in an uptrend and having the stops below this area. And once this candle closed bullish, you could have added another position where you would have had your normal position. And then you're going to make notes on that. And then you're going to look for this same situation to happen over and over and over again. And once you start seeing this happen maybe 6 times, 7 times, only then you're going to get enough confidence to execute on that. Right? So whenever you have winning trades, always remember you can always capitalize on your winning trades, you know. So always look to see how could you have made more money from that winning trade, you know. Or if you had a losing trade, then you can see that, okay, if I had a losing trade, like, okay, let's say for example someone took a sell, right? Someone took a sell right over here as we broke below these wicks. And now they're in a drawdown, and now you're like, oh man, what the fuck is going on? What should I do? We broke the low. So now you can look back at that and say that, okay, price was in an uptrend, and I entered as this candle broke the low over here. So then you can ask yourself, okay, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Maybe I should have waited for a candle to close below the support to give me at least some sort of a confirmation that, okay, we closed below support, maybe now I can enter a trade. So then you're going to make a note about it, right? And the note is going to be that never take an impulse entry for a short position when we are in a bullish trend, you know. And then maybe 2-3 times you're going to make that same mistake again, but 4th or 5th time you're not going to make that mistake again. You'll be like, nope, did that before, the outcome was negative, so maybe I'm not going to do that again. How do you decide between pending order and market execution? That's totally up to you. I only do market execution. Yeah, I only do market execution. Right. Gold is coming down to 1723. Gonna wait. I think really good trades are going to be gold below 1723 today, or GJ above 151.010. Because if you look on the weekly candle, this is what the weekly candle looks like, right? Wow, we went bullish. Remember we were talking about this yesterday in the Asian session analysis, that if we break above 150-200, we're going to go bullish. So now here's the thing. The weekly candle on Friday, it may continue pushing up, or it may continue moving down to create a top wick. That's what's going to happen on the weekly candle. So looking on the daily, we're still bullish here. 1 hour, 30-minute time frame, we're still ranging at this point. So let's draw these zones back here again. Right, so we got a resistance here. We got a support at this point. We got another support down over here. And now we got to identify where are we going to move into if we break above 150, 151. Somewhere up over here, 151, 190, 151, you know, 150. Yeah, this area right over here. Raja, can you move the window in MT5 like we can move in TradingView? No, you can't. That's one of the big reasons I use TradingView. Are you going to take gold trade? Yes. Maybe. If we break below 1723, yeah, probably I'm going to execute on that. Below 1723. I'm going to let you guys know when I execute. What is something you spend money on that you need to cut back on? Lunches with Jeevan. Need to cut back on the lunches with Jeevan. Yeah, we've been spending too much on lunches, man. We need to cut back on that. What about ganja? No, I get my ganja for free. Looking tasty. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens here. Above 151.010 should continue bullish. But like, to be honest, food is something I'm not gonna compromise on. Food is something I never compromise on. I always try to eat good. I try to eat healthy. But food is something I'm not going to compromise on. You know, food is good, man. You got to have good food. You got to treat yourself to good food. Food is happiness, trust me. You have like a good plate of food, it's just, you're like, wow, man, this is amazing. Especially with good service, super amazing. All right, you need to expand your music taste. I think music taste is pretty good. Please give us some tips for someone who wants to start full-time trading. For someone who wants to start full-time trading, so this is what you got to do. So this is what I did, right? This is what I did when I wanted to start full-time trading plan. All right, so it's a Friday. Let's do a full-time trading plan, right? First thing you need to do is expenses. What are your expenses for the month? Your entire expenses, your rent, your bills, like in your gas, insurance, everything. You know, so what I did was my expenses for the month were rent was like, back then rent was like 2,000, no, 1,700 was my rent, and my total expenses came out to be $3,300. 3,300 were my total monthly expenses, right? So now at this point, I needed to figure out that, okay, if my expenses are $3,300, I need to make 3,300 from trading to be able to trade full time, you know, and keep my job at the same time, right? So what I did at that point is that, okay, how can I divide this into different smaller expenses? So here's what I did. Rent was $1,800. Then you have internet. Internet was, let's say, $80. You had phone. Phone was like $180 because we got 2 phones. And then, like, you know, other like groceries, you know, monthly is like what, 600, something like that. You know, so you got to divide your expenses. And once you've divided your expenses, now you can break it down. Now you can say that, okay, if my internet is $80, can I make $80 a month from trading? You know, just ask yourself that. Can you make $80 a month in trading? And if you can make $80 a month in trading, then what you can do is you can withdraw $80 a month and put this towards your internet. And then you're going to feel good about it. You're like, okay, like, you know what? I withdrew $80. I put that towards my internet. My internet was paid from trading. That's what you got to do first month, second month, third month, and then a time is going to come when you're going to be withdrawing $180, and that's something you can put towards your phone. You know, phone line, your 2 lines over there. That's it. Roger, look at gold. Yeah, that's okay. We're doing some explanations over here. So, like, you know, and that's how you're going to slowly, you're going to incorporate all your like, you know, expenses from trading. What most people do is they're like, oh, you know what? If my expenses are $3,300, I'm going to aim for $3,300 a month. It's not going to happen. Trust me on that. It's never going to happen. You got to break it down. You got to go slowly. You know, you got to go very, very slow. Because here's what's going to happen. Once you start putting your bills from trading, all the money you're making from your job, that's all that money is going in your savings. You're saving all that money, right? And once you start saving all that money and slowly your expenses are being paid from trading, you're going to have a cushion put aside from all that saving, and then it's going to be much easier for you to quit your job, because now you're going to be like, okay, like, you know what, I got a cushion on the side that can support me for the next 6 months, 8 months, and at the same time I'm withdrawing money from trading, which is paying for my small bills. That's what I did, like, you know, later on. Boss, when I wake up here, it's exact London Open, so should I choose London Open session or New York Open nowadays? Even if volume in session, I still wait for US Open. It's up to you. You know, if you think you can trade the London Open, then trade the London Open. If you think you can trade US Open, then just focus on US Open. That's something you have to identify with yourself. All right, look at this. We're back over here. We are back. And if we break above 151.010, I think we're going to be continuing bullish at this point to 151, 150, 151, 200. Maybe we can get that bullish continuation on a Friday. How was your feeling when you achieved your first $1 million? I don't know. I don't think anyone's a millionaire unless you have $1 million in your bank account sitting there. You know, like, your net worth can be $1 million, but I mean, and that's just what I think. And I think gradually, when you do reach that level, it's just like any other day. It's any other day, because like you've built it for so long, you don't really realize like what you've built on. But then there's a difference in perspective too, right? And perspective meaning is like, for the past 5 days, 6 days, me and Jeevan have been going out for lunch, right? And every lunch we've been tipping $100. No matter what the bill is, $80, $100, we've been tipping $100 every time, just to see the reaction, just to see what kind of a, like, difference that makes in someone's life. Like, we tipped this lady $100. She came back and she was almost crying. She's like, I can't believe this. Like, you guys just made my day. We had a horrible year. And we're like, wow. Like, to us, 100 doesn't seem much, but for someone else, it like, that's just a very, very humbling feeling that way. Like, so we go out, tip $100 just to see the reaction. That really humbles us. We're like, wow, that's crazy. That makes a huge difference in people's lives, man. Some people have had a really, really tough year. So looking back at gold, watch Iron Man Instagram. Oh, I don't know who Iron Man is. Oh, the penny law trader. Changed his name to a penny law trader, man. All right, so looking at 30-minute time frame. See, this candle's about to close over here in 10 minutes. You gotta wait for this candle to close. Oh, look at this. See, delicate situation on pound yen over here. It haven't really broke above this area. Where would your stop loss be? My stop is probably going to be in the middle of this range, 159.30. Because if we break above 151.010, you shouldn't expect price to come back in the range. Because if it comes back in the range, then that's probably going to be a fake out. USD CAD is also playing games over here, not really breaking above. How much would you spend on daily trading if your account was $500? And what would your increasing process be like? On $500, I may be risking, let's say $10, $10 a trade, $5 a trade. But to be honest, $500 is a small amount. $500 is really, really, really hard to grow unless you got money put aside which you can deposit later on. But $500 is a really, really small amount to grow and be happy with the monetary gains. That's just the reality. That's just how it is, because how long are you gonna keep grinding on $500 for 4 months, 5 months? Sooner or later you're gonna get bored. If you got $500 and you can afford a $5,000 account, then that's even better. Because if you can trade a $500 account and you can be consistent for about 2 months, and then if you deposit $5,000 and that's not going to matter to you, that's amazing. $3,000 is also pretty good. I think anything above $1,500, it's a really good amount. Anything about $1,500. So when you have brokers, they're like, oh, you can deposit $10, you can deposit $50. That's just to take your money, because there's a 90% chance if you deposit $100, you're gonna lose it. 100%. 100% you're gonna lose it. Right? So if you're gonna come into trading serious, at least be okay with losing $1,000, $1,500, or be consistent enough with a smaller account so that later on you can save and then deposit more. Or now we have these funding companies and stuff like that. We're gonna try to get funding talent back on next week. So some people go that route as well. Yeah, some brokers say, oh, look at that. Pound yen is breaking up above 151.010 at this point. Do I want to execute a trade over here? Maybe, let's see. Friday trade. Let's see over here. This candle is about to close in 7 minutes. Are we going to continue pushing in 7 minutes, or are we going to give us a nice close in 7 minutes? See a strong confirmation time frame candle. The 30-minute candle is about to close, and I think it's going to be a good idea to wait for this candle to close. Let's see here. 151.030, 151.030, 35. I think I think it should continue moving up. I'm probably going to stay out of this. So I'm going to wait for the candle to close. If a candle closes bullish, I'm going to 100% enter that trade, right? But during these 5 minutes, 6 minutes, there's a probability that the candle can continue moving bullish over here. And if it continues moving bullish at that point, then I'm going to be okay with missing that trade. Because we don't know, man, in the next 6 minutes, the candle can close back in the range or it can continue moving up in this range. But if it closes above this range, then there's a high probability for the next candle to continue moving bullish. So the stops are going to be below this candle. I know some people that have entered impulse entries. If you have entered impulse entries, have your stop below this candle right over here. Have your stop right at that point. Because then you're going to have a move going up towards 151, 150, 151, 200. But a better idea is going to be to wait for this candle to close. It's just 5 minutes, man. Just 5 minutes. Just wait 5 minutes.
Hello, Raja. Good morning.
Hey, Albert, how are you?
Fine, fine. And you?
You? Good, good.
Okay, cool.
What about dynamic risk use here? Like enter a very small position and on close another position if it moves. You got the move on the small position. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. So we had an idea coming about impulse entry, no, dynamic risk. And dynamic risk basically means is like, let's say if you're gonna risk, if you're gonna use one lot over here, right? The idea is to use, let's say, 0.25 at this point. If the candle closes, then add another 0.25. If we break the high, then add another 0.25. Dynamic risk, you know. Because if we don't go up, then only 1.25 lot goes in drawdown. And you lose less than anticipated. Oh, what's this? One trade a day. I'm done for the day. Join the live streams earlier on. What's this? Pound yen secured 10 pips. Nice. Enter right over here at the break of the high. Runner hit stop loss. Beautiful. What I've seen is price will mostly all the time give you 10 pips. GU is also retracing over here. Let's take a look at your JPY. Oh, your JPY is also breaking above this area here now. Look at this. We're breaking above. 30-minute time frame also breaking above. We have clean candles on your JPY. Are we going to continue bullish at this point? Look at that. The idea is formulating over here, looking on the 4-hour time frame. We've got clean candles to the left hand side. 30 minutes here as well. Took a loss on gold and gave my trade a second chance. What do you think about this? I took a sell once we broke the low. Pretty good. What could I have done better? Should have waited for the wick to be formed. Take it once it broke the low. Yeah, I think should have taken it once it broke the low and then having the stops above the candle for price to continue down. And even with this, I would have said that maybe wait for 1723 to break because this was a very, very risky trade over here. Should have waited for a much stronger support to break to have a better, confidence-filled trade at that point. All right, look at this over here. The 30-minute candle, 1-hour candle is bullish. 30-minute candle is also bullish, about to close in 2 minutes. Let's see what happens in this 2 minutes. In London session, big moves on your fave pair GJ. When you wake up, do you feel guilty? No. Not really. Sometimes in the start, I used to feel like that. Like in the start, I used to feel like, oh man, I missed out on the big move. But then I was like, okay, you know what? That's fine because there's always going to be a move all the time. So I never felt like that after that. Now I don't feel like that at all. That's like this morning I woke up to this candle just moving bullish at around close to 151. And I'm like, what? We're at 151 almost? From all the way down at 150-200, I looked at it and I'm like, well, okay, that's fine. We may get a continuation or we may get a retracement. And look at this right here, guys. We waited for the candle to close, right? Look what happened. Came right back in the range. So you gotta wait for the candle to close. Gotta wait for the candle to close. Look at that. So ugly. Does not look good at all. Looks sick over here. Patience will really help you not take losses. 100%. All right. Gold is also about to close in 1 minute. Let's see here. Ooh, wow. This thing is really breaking below 1723. You got 1 minute left for this candle to close. If we stay below 1723 and closer to 1722, I think we can continue moving down towards 1720 and 1719.
Do you think there's enough range for that daily wick? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's volume. It's gold. You can't stop and think about gold. You just gotta act on gold.
Yeah, I was waiting for a close.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a close too.
I don't like how much it pushed. I'm not taking it.
It's funny because sometimes on Fridays, when you see something simple like the move that is happening on gold, you hesitate to take an entry, and then you basically miss the move for the rest of the day. I'm not saying you guys should jump in, but on Fridays we know how gold behaves, and on Friday it's breaking support on the weekly candle, man. It can be a massive drop, you know, it can be a massive move.
All right, looking at GJ over here. 30-minute candle closed above this area. 15-minute candle also closed above this area. Looking at the 5-minute time frame, we close with a rejection. I don't feel confident in this at all. If it goes up, it goes up, but I'm not executing. I'm not participating in this at all. Would have wanted it to close a little bit higher at this point, around 151, 20, 30, that area there. Gold also, this candle closed with no wick at the bottom. We also closed at this rejection here to the left hand side. So the only way which is going to make it go continue down if we kind of like break below 1721.50. Because look, we rejected here before and looks like we're rejecting, possible rejection here again. Are you not concerned about 151.040 in GJ? Why? Why should we be concerned about that? I'm not concerned about that at all. You look on the 4-hour time frame, you look on the 30-minute time frame, you got clean candles going all the way up towards 151, 120. You know, but if you're considering this 15-minute zone as an important zone, then maybe you need to put more trust in the 30-minute and 1-hour time frames. In this situation, you think to wait for a fake out to the downside, then close back in the range and take a buy on the break above would be a better confirmation for buys? Yeah, I think so. Because if this is a huge liquidity grab, right? This is a huge liquidity grab. We have candle here closing above this area, above resistance, you know, which means there's a high probability for price to continue bullish. But I don't like participating in this. Only reason because the 30-minute candle closed with a smaller body. The 1-hour candle is still open at this point. And I don't know. I wouldn't want to participate in this. If this was a Wednesday or Thursday, I would have executed on these buys, but it's a Friday. I got to be safe at the same time. You know, even though I know it's going to move up, there's a high probability, but I'm just not participating in this. I've been considering doing funding talent. Should I trade on a demo for 1 month? So with the $25,000 account? No, I think you should really see if you're consistent enough on your smaller account and then go with funding talent. Oh yeah, look at that rejection there on gold. Fayan, hey Raja, it's Mr. $5 over here. Oh, thank you, thank you. 2 Starbucks today. Pound USD 15-minute chart, clean candles, 20 pip range. That's amazing. Amazing analysis over here. Very nice analysis over here. Break below support, clean candles coming down. Beautiful. Let's take a look. Oh, wow. Look at that move. Damn. Gold retraced all the way back up to 1723. Crazy.
That's 1724. It's your area of interest. If gold stays below the 1724, it's gonna take a nice drop. The next 30-minute candle. With this 30-minute candle, I'm sorry. But you want price to stay below the 1724.
I'm 19 years old and I've dropped from college just to do full-time trading. Okay. I have no bills because I live with my parents. I do some part-time job just to fund my trading, going really good.
Yeah.
Good luck, man. That's a very delicate situation you've embarked on.
Not good.
You know, if I had a brother and he was 19 and he dropped out of college and he told me, hey, I'm going to do full-time trading, I would have smacked him in the back of his head. I'm like, are you dumb? What are you doing dropping out of college, man? You talk to any sane 30-year-old or a 30-plus-year-old, they will always tell you, hey, don't drop out of college. Go back to college. You drop to any 20-year-old, 22-year-old, or 23-year-old, they will encourage you to drop out of college. Why? I don't know why, man. You look at all the people in their 20s, they don't own anything. They don't own nothing. You know, and they will, and you're gonna take that advice? No, that's bad advice. You gotta go back to college. You gotta finish college. You gotta open your options. I mean, I went full-time trading when I had almost 100,000 saved up. Unless you don't have that amount saved up, I don't think it's a good idea to drop out of college, living with your parents, because the stress is gonna get on you, man. They will ask you every day, how much money you made today?
Wow.
And you're gonna say I'm in drawdown. Stop playing with your life, guys. Just go to college. It's important. All right, let's take a look at this over here. Let's take a look at this chart. Oh, nice buys, pound CHF. What's this? Hey, Raja, can you look for comments? I can't look for comments. Are you playing hide and seek here with the comments? The only thing I see is bear, bear, bear. Nice. I will do so good for 2 to 3 weeks straight. Then I have 1 week of recklessness and damn near all my gains. Got to find a way to just be more disciplined. Yeah, chef, just like, you know, whenever you take that loss, just step away from the charts. Just step away. That's the best thing you can do. Just step away. What do your parents tell you when you went full-time trading? I never told my parents. I was old enough to not tell them everything. So that's the difference. But at 19, 20, I think from like 17 to 24, we think we're old enough. No, we're not old enough at all. 17 to 24 is still baby age, man. You're still learning. I'm still learning. I'm 34. 10 years ahead of 24-year-olds. Still learning. Will you wait for resistance to form in gold and take a trade? Let's take a look over here. I mean, possibly. I don't know. I guess it's getting really tricky at this point. You know, really tricky at this point. May want to wait for a break of, 1721 for price to go down. Other than that, it's just, I don't know. Someone is asking, is 25 old enough? I don't know. You have to look at your situation where you are. I know some very independent people who are in their, like, 23, 24. They own homes, or they own a condo or something like that. It's like, oh, Chris is 25. Oh, damn. So yeah, at the end of the day, I think going to college is a really good idea. Don't skip college or university. What's the best way to learn to use different time frames? The best way to learn to use different time frames is to use different time frames. That's the way you're going to learn. What's the best way to learn a new language? Is to speak it. Try to speak it. You know what, Raja? I think I'm going to call it a day. Don't want to ruin my profitable week by getting screwed over by Freaky Friday. Have a great day, everyone. Nice. Have a great day, bro. Good structure on GJ 5-minute. Took a small entry when 5-minute bullish high got broken. Let's take a look over here. Oh, nice. You took an entry right over here. All right, let's take a look at this gold chart over here. So we have consolidation area to the left hand side. If this 15-minute candle closed bullish, collecting order from consolidation area, and we are breaking the support at 1721, with NY open, I can see a potential sell to 1719. Yes, I see that as well. If we break below 1721, 1719 is right there. We want 100% win signal from Kervin. Fayan donated $5 for that comment. Come on, Kervin. Yeah, someone's put money on you now.
Yeah.
You gotta deliver. Where's Kervin? Kervin doesn't even have his cam on today. Okay.
I'm here. I was in the shadows.
Kervin has long hair that he can have a bad hair day. Yeah.
Kevin is the god of Gulag. Gold god of Gulag.
Man, it seems like gold is doing a fake out over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
hmm
it.
Maybe it will be the liquidity grab on the high time frame.
I mean, and basically, I'm saying the 1724 should act as resistance, because it doesn't matter if this 15-minute candle's pulling back toward the previous wick, toward the previous 15-minute candle, but has to respect the body of that candle.
hmm
Now, if this candle is closing the way is pulling away from that low, then it's becoming a fake out, and we're basically closing again in this range, and can be a dangerous situation here, because gold can easily retest that high toward the 1730s. So that's why this 15-minute candle closing is gonna be key for the next 15-minute candle and for the hourly candle, because you want this 15-minute candle to, it's pushing toward that 1724, 1725. But if we respect the high on the previous 15-minute candle, most likely then we're gonna have a nice rejection from there, and the next 15-minute candle is gonna try to retest the low and try to break it, because it's the hourly candle at that moment. Now the only issue is if this 15-minute candle is closing above the previous one, the next candle, the next 15-minute candle is gonna leave a long wick to the downside on the hourly candle, and at that point this is a crazy fake out. Best chance we're gonna get gold GJ buys instead of gold.
Yeah, gold's doing a solid fake out. For people who don't know what fake outs are, we had a support formed, right? Candle broke support. And this candle, if it's coming back above the support, then this move down is considered a fake out. And whenever a fake out happens, there's a high probability that it's going to retest that area and then continue moving up. Oh, what's this? Can we get paid O file on the stream next week? Paid O file. Let's see. Oh, I know what this is, man. Gulag, you got a naughty, man. Naughty. You almost got me there again. Paid O file. All right, look at that. About to continue. North Korea missiles launches are serious problem for international community, including Japan. Oh, no shit. 2 years ago, Kim Jong-un was firing missiles over Japan in the Asian session. This guy threw a missile over a Japanese town, and they all went in their bunkers. You know, I remember that day. They all went in their bunkers. They were like concerned about this guy. They're like, "What is he doing? You know, is this normal?" Guy was testing rockets over Japan, man, 2 years ago. Let's take a look at this GU chart over here. This candle closes bullish, then an impulse buy can be taken on the next candle. Sells below this area here. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, looks good. 30-minute candle is about to close. Let's measure this range over here now. It's 18, 17 pip range. Yeah, I think GJ is going to 100% continue on towards 151. 150, 160, 180.
Yeah, looks good.
That's where it's going to head off to here today. It's going to be a slow move there, but it's going to get there. I'm not in this trade, if anyone's wondering. Anyone else having problems with IC markets? MT5. Mine frozen, won't connect to a server, nowhere. I would say make a video. Make a video of the server not connecting and make a video of your internet working so that you have some proof. Hey, did Momo's issue get resolved? No? Yeah?
No.
Oh.
Momo, where are you, man?
Momo's not here.
It's sad.
Have you taken any trades today? No, no trades so far. Oh wow, USD CAD is coming back down at this point. Let's see what happens. If GJ continues breaking above these highs here, 151.065, I think we're, yeah, at that point we are continuing to moving bullish at that point. Do you withdraw your profit every month and start again with base account? No. These days I withdraw what I need. I have KOT Forex and MT4 won't connect to my account, so I don't know. MT4 is an outdated terminal now these days. You know, MetaCodes have stopped providing support to MetaTrader 4. So any issues you have with MetaTrader 4, there's a very high probability those issues will not be addressed. MetaTrader 5 is something MetaCode still provides support for. So, see this? Look, Mr. Atter here just said MT5 is amazing. So if you're not going to take my word, take this word right here, MT5. Super amazing MT5. You switch to MT5, you feel like you moved into a car with twin turbos. Seriously. MT4 is yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I use an Islamic account on VantageFX, and there is no, it's only an MT4, so I feel kind of bad.
Oh, they only have MT4 on the Islamic account?
Yeah, and in Vantage.
Oh, that's still okay. Hi, sir. In case I want to upgrade to MT5 to MT5, will MT4 to MT5? Yeah, the software FX only works on MT4. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that pound yen moving up over here. We're continuing to move up.
Yeah, it looks like it's one of these days on pound that has been rallying, and no matter what, it's just continuing. So at this point, I think the pullback that we have around the bearish candle, this one right here, hold on. That was the pullback that we needed for liquidity. Where it's going, probably next quarter point is gonna be an easy target, 151, 250. Can be an easy target for GG. And this candle right here is the first one, giving you the confirmation that the body is closing healthy above the resistance. So right now, whoever took the trade, stop loss has to be below this candle. We know that.
Can you explain GJ scenario and why you're not taking the trade? We already explained the scenario. I'm not taking the trade because I'm just decided not to take a trade today. Gold is also closing above this area now after that fake out. May continue up with NY open.
Yeah.
But there's very less range in GJ. No, there's not. There's pretty good range. You look from here, 150, even from 151, you got like a 16, 17 pip range on GJ. It's just like it's going to be a slow ride moving up at this point. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that awesome move here.
Say less.
This is 15-minute chart. Oh, I will remove 50% in price. Nice. I think you could have had a better entry than this. Better entry would have been right down over here. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. Clean buys above 151, 140. Looks good, looks good. Very nice. You got a 30 pip range. Oh wow, look at that. Just moving, grooving here.
Beautiful.
Nice. People are securing positions at this point. Someone's up 15 pips, someone's up 10 pips. Someone had entries at 159.80. Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's good. Good move.
Very nice. 140
on 2 positions. That's good.
So for everyone who caught this trade, really easy trade. Well done. Beautiful. That's your Friday done for today. There should be no more trades after this. Put stops at break even and let the rest run. The only reason I didn't take a trade because I wasn't feeling like taking a trade here today. Slow and nervy, but all good. Yes.
And the hourly candle still has some use, but at this point, anybody who took the trade should secure some profits and bring a stop loss up break even, like you said. And let it run, because the next hour is basically the more volume we're gonna have. We don't know how big is gonna be the pullback if we get any.
Oh damn, tapped 151, 150, about to tap 151, 160. Oh, retraced. This is my second trade. First one was during Asian session. Now I'm calling a day 2 trades, 2 wins. Oh, beautiful. Hey Raja, My risk management has improved since joining the live. I was risking 20 pips per position, and now I'm risking 8 pips. Oh, beautiful. Nice. This was a pretty good move here we called. Amazing move here. 15 pip move in total. Amazing. Beautiful. Amazing close above resistance. Buys down over here. Just super, super nice trade over here. GJ buys. This was 15 pips at this point today. I learned a lot from you, and I only started making money since I started watching your videos. Thanks. Oh, nice. Thank you. Kind words today. How do you manage emotions when you took losing trades, and when you don't take it become a win? So when I take a losing trade, I try to see, could I have reduced my loss in that trade? Or was there something I missed that I took a losing trade? And if I did not risk a lot in that losing trade, then I will have enough confidence to execute in the winning trade. But if I have lost enough, or I've lost a lot in a losing trade, then maybe I wouldn't have confidence in entering the winning trade I should be taking. What does the error 133 mean on Magic Keys? I have no idea. I have no idea. You need to go to Magic Keys forums right here. You go to magickeys.com. 133. I've never encountered that error, so I am not sure. And you go to forum right here, community forum, or you can send them an email. Oh, by the way, you guys have bought the fuck out of these Magic Keys. Pre-orders going crazy. We ordered another batch because the pre-orders were flying.
That's beautiful.
They'll be shipping in the 1st or the 2nd week of April. Yeah, 1st or 2nd week of April. Certain moments it seems that I feel consistency, seeing good results, but it seems like everything goes down really hard. Yeah, I mean, you just have to wait. To be honest, you just have to wait. Just wait. Whenever you take a trade in consolidation, there's going to be probability you're going to lose. Just wait and never be afraid to miss trades. You know, I think most people lose most times is because you're afraid to miss out on trades. Never be afraid to miss out on trades. Be afraid to take a losing trade. Not be afraid to take a not be afraid to miss a trade. I'm never afraid to miss a trade. I missed this trade. It doesn't affect me at all. Nothing. Why is GU not following GJ? The reason why is because GJ is only being influenced by the pound, right? GU, on the other hand, is being influenced by the pound and the dollar. So that's one of the big reasons why I only trade GJ in this New York session. Where can we get the market fluidity merch? Oh, what's that website? Let's see here. fxmarketgear.com. Is this the website right here? FX. Oh yeah, so. Yeah. This is the one. This is the market fluidity black on black edition. I got 5 shirts. Can get 4 hoodies. Hats I already have. Black on black. Put the link right here in the gulag. I'll put the link right here for you guys too. Oh wow, look at that thing go, man. Damn, 151, 200 about to be tapped. Oh, 151, 200 tapped over here on Friday.
Can you get 250?
Damn. Crazy.
Yeah.
This is where your runners, they do damage to the market. Wow, what a call over here today.
Now the nearest structure, if you want to hold this trade a little bit longer, you know, bring a stop loss around 151.08 and let it run. Other than that, secure all your positions because
Yeah.
the new hourly candle is gonna give you some sort of pullback.
Crazy. 8% up somebody. Someone's up 25 pips, 17 pips, 22 pips. Beautiful. So with this trade, whoever took this trade, just call it a day. There's no reason.
Roger killed his mic.
Yeah, I cut it. Yeah, I got so excited. The cable got out of the computer. Yeah, so the gulag. Oh, look, this someone donated $2. Let's like this stream, guys. Oh, perfect. Yeah, give a like on the stream. If you guys took this trade, won the trade, give a like on the stream, because when you give a like on the stream, it spreads the streams to all the other people out there, you know, seeking knowledge, seeking education, you know, and a way to make some free money over here at the same time too. And if you want to give a dislike on the stream, please do that as well, because that also, you know, increases engagement and that also spreads the stream to other people.
Yeah,
Come, bro.
Because YouTube knows there are people who don't like other people, you know, so that's what they do. They're like, okay, likes, dislikes, same thing. Look at GU, did nothing over here. Gold did a fake out. I want to see if we come up to 1730 in gold or not, but man. Let's take a look left on GJ over here.
1,000 likes inbound.
Damn, 1,000 likes inbound, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Can we move to 151, 400, 151, 440, or even 151, 350? This is where the runner is going to continue moving bullish.
Yeah.
Your JPY also did the damage over here too, continuing up. Clean candles. See, same ideas. You got clean candles to the left hand side and easy trades to take at that point. Oh wow, thing is still running over here now. Do you think gold is ranging for next week NFP? I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I'll be right back.
Whoever is holding GJ buys still, remember, if we get a break from the previous 1 hour candle, is going to be a quick squeeze to the upside, at least 10 more pips. But the current candle should not start breaking below 151, 100 in order for this trade to continue. Other than that, the pullback on the 1 hour is going to be deep toward the 151 area to retest the entire key level and the entire resistance that we just left. So be aware of that. Other than that, we should be good.
Had to take daughter to school, was listening to the YouTube stream in car. Oh, nice win. Nice. Thank you, Mitch. I wonder if this is Raj's gym music. No, I have no gym music. I don't listen to the music in the gym. I think it hypes me up too much. Hey, your live streams are amazing. How do you fix your stop loss for that? It makes sense for you. Just put the stops below the lows of the candles, basically. Can you explain which trade you took? I just entered the stream because I had college. I didn't take any trade, but we called the trade right over here as this candle closed bullish, and then we started to move up towards this range. That's a trade. That's a trade we called here today. We had resistance, price closed above, and just easy move up. Can you tell how you declare taxes in Canada? Do you open corporation? Yeah, I think you need to talk to your accountant there. Because when you withdraw money, and you got to pay tax on it. It depends on, like, whether you're trading under a corporation or trading under a sole entity. If you're trading under a corporation, then you got to take into account the commissions you pay. That goes towards expenses. The losses you take, that goes into expenses. So you need an accountant for that conversation. Looks like gold is about to make a move towards the upside after that fake out. Going to be interesting to see how it's going to move up after that fake out. How do you create a corporation here in Ontario, Raja? Don't take it the wrong way, but this is what I did when I opened my corporation. And you guessed it, I went to google.com and then I went to open corporation in Ontario. This is exactly what I did. And then I went over here, and yeah, that's it. I went over here, and then I got the forms. Actually, it's a Canadian government website over here somewhere. How to incorporate a business. Oh yeah, register a corporation right here. That's it. Get started, federal incorporation, and yeah, man, that's it. Incorporate a business. And then you follow these steps. That's it. Literally, Google.
Google is your friend.
Yeah. Because someone told me, hey man, you need a corporation to save on taxes. I'm like, all right, got it. I'm going to go open one. I literally went to Google, how to open a corporation in Ontario. That's it. What computer do you have? I have a pretty old computer. It's
Oh, GG.
Yeah, rejection. See, this is where you secure profits. Why you secure profit, put stops at break even. What do you have your corporation under? Oh, it's registered as education, the corporation. And that's controlled by another holding company. Not sure if you've seen my message. Can you post a screenshot of your Magic Keys setting on Slack, as it would benefit many? To be honest, the settings on my Magic Keys are the default settings I use. The only thing I change at times is risk. That's it. Otherwise, it's all the same. My custom close is at 90%, and that's the only buttons I use on Magic Keys is custom close, close half, and close full. Partial TP you can change at the same time too, but other than that, everything is just default settings. How far back do you go on software FX? Probably around, maybe I go like 2 years max. Would you wait for support to form on GJ to retest the high on GJ? Probably not. Maybe if you form a support, maybe we get that move up, but at this time, I mean, yeah. I mean, if we form a support here, there's a possibility it can go up. But I think this was the move to get right here that moved up. Oh, Francesco Lenza donated €5. Thank you, thank you. A lot of the keys are personal preference or magic key, guys. Just take some time to go through each option that works for you. That's the best answer. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for that answer. Why don't you buy Pro mic? It's $200 only. Yeah, it's $200, man. This mic I have is $120. Pretty good. When you make money, it doesn't mean you should just go out and start spending it. That's not why you make money. It doesn't make any sense. And trust me, this is a very, very good mic.
Bro, we can hear you just fine. I think they want more bass or something. Yeah.
No, this is easier because if I have a Pro mic, then it's going to be like this. I have to adjust it. Then I gotta get that arm, you know, the mic with the arm. You gotta move it around.
This way, we can hear you just fine. We don't actually need, unless someone's voice, unless you want to rap on it. If we,
yeah, it's going to be different. Hey Raja, can you look at my GP CAD trade? Took a sell. Would love your opinion. Thumbs up for the amazing stream. Oh, thank you, Francisco, for another €5 over there. Man, I can buy some new shoes now. Got $33 today. All right, GBP CAD. We're coming down. You got a support form right in this area over here. Oh, let's zoom in here a little bit. How do you zoom in? All right, let's zoom in here a little bit. I think the only problem is there's some sort of a problem right over here because this is a 45-minute chart. You got some wick rejections here, so you need to be careful in this area. But if you break below that area, then you got clean range going down to the support at this point. Can you check GU? It seems it's going rapidly to the downside. Oh, rapidly going to the downside? Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, you're right. It is rapidly going to the downside. It broke support and now it's going down to the next support. See if we had any confirmations over here. I don't think there were any confirmations. It's just in this range now. This is the next range on GU. It's like a 20 pip range. You know, with this move coming down, it could be because of Saunders is speaking over here, 8 a.m. Maybe that could be the reason why we're having this downturn on pound pairs. Let's take a look here. Ooh, Roofly, $16.
That's actually cheap.
Yeah. Holy, what happened to UJ over here? For a second, I thought this was pound AUD or something. Wow, with the way it's moving up.
GJ will follow.
Yeah, not even GJ. If it's moving up, gold should be dropping. But it's not dropping. Is this due to the weakness in the yen? Because it can't be the strength in the dollar, because then gold should show some bearish tendencies.
Yeah, but it has to be with the yen.
Yeah, it has to be with the yen, 100%. What's he saying over here? Supply and demand during and after the pandemic. Oh, Bank of England Microsoft sees risk central overcasted temporary. Oh, I don't know what that means. Possible performance in coming years have to be being too negative. Oh, they're looking at positive optimism over here. What do you know? When do you know that this is the right time to increase your lot size? It's not depending on your balance. It depends on your balance, and it also depends on your confidence level as well. You know, like if you've been doing good for about 2 months, 3 months, and you're like, okay, you know what, maybe this is the time I'm gonna like increase my lot size, then go ahead. You know, but at the same time, just make sure that you are good enough to understand that risk management, like we can manage risk. Yes, the news of, oh, I think this is all what it is. North Korean missile launches, tensions in Japan government.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Kush, you're right. I think this is all what it is. Makes a splash for Biden with ballistic missile. Yeah, this is it. There's a lot of problems there for Japan now. Because Japan is like, yo, buddy, calm down. What are you doing? And Kim Jong-un is like, no, 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 no. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Thanks, Kush. Thanks for the information. Up 70%, but in reality, I've only gone from $10 to £17 on my account. I think I should start my own mentorship 70% a day gain. Yes, that's a good idea. Have you ever experienced putting a partial TP in MK and then having it close your entire position when partial TP is hit? No, not really. Not really. Maybe, yeah, not really. Maybe check the margin or the lot size. You know, that could be it. Where can I find your basic strategy? You can find our basic strategy in, I think, hundreds of videos on the YouTube channel. Literally everything is broken down over there. Can you give us some money management tips? Yours seem interesting. Money management tips are save more, save money, just save money. You know, I'm a big advocate in saving money. Save money when you're trading. Risk 1 to 2% in trading. What else? I mean, that's about it. Just 1 to 2%. Take 1 to 2 trades. Whenever you make profits, at least withdraw something bi-weekly. Don't set targets, weekly targets, monthly targets. Don't set targets. I'm not a big fan of targets because when you set targets, you're putting undue pressure on yourself. Because let's say you don't reach target and you got 2 days left. What's going to happen? There's a higher probability if you're a new trader and you got a target set and you got 2 days left, you haven't reached target, there's a very high probability you're going to start to take, like, you know, extra trades. You will start over trading, you will start over risking just because you want to reach a target. Don't set monetary targets. Don't set percentage targets. Just have a target in your mind that you have to make a withdrawal at the end of the week or at the end of 2 weeks or at the end of the month. That's it. That's what your target should be, to make a withdrawal. No matter how much that money is, no matter how much the gains are, just see if you can make a withdrawal. That's what I do. You know, I don't have any targets. I don't set any weekly, monthly targets. I set a target to see if I can make a withdrawal or not. Whether it's a $100 withdrawal, $50 withdrawal, $200 withdrawal, that's it. Because at the end of the day, you want to get used to making withdrawals. That's the whole point, right? Because the thing is, we've spent years and years in trying to compound accounts. We compound accounts. Oh, look, we reached target on pound euro yen. We compound accounts. We grow accounts. We bring the accounts down. We compound them again. We got people on Instagram telling us to grow accounts, take risks. No, man. If you're going to compound your trading account, how the fuck are you going to compound your bank account? You got to compound your bank account first. So forget about compounding accounts. Start focusing on making gains so that you can withdraw at the end of the day. Always withdraw money, because when that money comes to your bank account, it feels a lot different. You know, you actually feel good about that. Where is Sacha? Well, Sacha's gone, just like Stefanos. It happens. They have both left the buildings. They're doing their own things now. How about if you're not making gains? Well, then one, you don't have education. Number two, your risk management sucks. That's what it comes down to. You know, if you're not making any gains, you're not learning from your losses, and obviously, like, you know, at the same time, you're looking at the wrong things at that point. Can I sell UJ? No, man. This thing is bullish. This is bullish AF. You can't sell UJ right now. Save money, live better. Walmart. Yes, that's true too. How often do you make withdrawals? Probably once a month. I do withdrawals once a month now. Would 5,000 be a good deposit to grow over time? See, if you have 5,000 ready to go right now, maybe start with 2,000 instead of 5,000. If you have 5,000 to ready to go right now. How long it take for you to withdraw money from your account when you start trading before? My first withdrawal I did in the first 2 months, and that was when I was following a plan of trading 4-hour time frames, support resistances, that's that. And then I had a 5 month of stagnation. Nothing came out. Everything just went in and just got lost in the markets. After that, I think a good withdrawal I did probably in, this was December 2016 or mid-January 2017. I did like a $4,000 withdrawal, and that just changed my entire perspective. You know, because I withdrew twice my rent amount, and I was like, oh wow, I can pay my rent and have money left over. That was crazy. Question about gold. Question about gold. We were right about this fake out over here. Should continue moving bullish at least till, let's see, 1728, 1729. Do you recommend weekly withdrawals? Yeah, sure. I mean, if you can do weekly withdrawals, do weekly withdrawals. Also, bi-weekly withdrawals are also pretty good. There's a guy called Penny Lot Trader dissing you. Oh, I don't know that guy. Like, a lot of people diss me every day. You know, it's like a lion, you know. When you have a lion in a field and all these hyenas and all these flies keep bugging the lion just sits. The lion is not really worried about what everyone else is saying or doing. He just does his own thing at the end of the day. It doesn't matter. You know, just like in life, whenever you do something, there will be people always around you talking bad about it. They always say, this is bad, this is not good, that's not how you do things. All is going to happen in life, you know, so you got to keep your cool, you got to stay calm, and you got to be like, okay, you know what, let them talk. That's fine. They're on their own journey, and you are on your own journey, you know, just like I'm on my own journey. So everyone's journeys are different, and sometimes people can't relate to those journeys, and they just, I don't know, they just don't like it. Can you use Magic Keys with MacBook Pro? Yes, you can. The entire breakdown is on the website there of Magic Keys website. How much you made previous year from Forex? Please tell us. It will motivate us that one day we will also be able to make like you. Well, what you can do is you can go right over here. You go to my Instagram. Right here. You can go right here. You can go to Raja Banks, and you can look at you can look at all this history right over here. All this history. Some of these highlights, they have withdrawals, and then they have bank deposits off those withdrawals. You know, and it has all the trades taken as well. So I went a step further to also post my bank deposits, you know, as the money came in the bank account. So you can watch that. If you want to get inspired, I think watch the October one. Yeah, watch the October one. So we did yeah, so these are all live accounts. Let's just go to the October one over here. One sec. Let's see if it's gonna load or not. This is loading, 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 loading. 272,000. I think this came in November. 272,000. Yeah, so you can go through all those. Do you like cold ketchup? Yes, ketchup cold is the best. Oh, is this news relevant? What's happening over here? Could you please share some insights
China
regarding...
has announced new sanctions on several individuals and entities in the United Kingdom. Now, they come after the UK joined the US, Canada and the EU to sanction Chinese officials. They charge Uyghur Muslims and other ethnic minorities of being repressed in the western province of...
Oh. So basically the Western world is kind of like protesting against what China's doing there, and China's like, hey man, listen, stay out of my country. China's like, mind your own business. But yeah, things happen. Let's take a look over here. Some insights regarding your plan on 4-hour support resistance when you started off. Does it? Oh, okay. So when we first started, we used to look at the 4-hour time frames, right? We used to look on the 4-hour time frames, and this is what we would do. So let's say we're looking at pound yen over here, right? Let's say USD yen. What we would look at was, we would look at, okay, let's say if this candle is moving up, we would look to see where the resistance is going to be. And once the candle would come to the resistance, I would take a sell with a 10 pip stop. And 70% of the time, that would always go in profits. All the time, you know, and basically that was the plan. Just put a 10 pip stop, and if it stops out, whatever. But for the most part, it will always go in profits. The day when I started messing that up was when it would come close to my stop loss, I would remove my stop loss, you know, and then obviously, you know what happens after that. Drawdown gets bigger and bigger, and you get just screwed over, right? Raja Boss, when are you doing your World Tour webinar? My World Tour webinar is going to start again when everyone gets vaccinated.
Yeah, just so you know, I mean, I'm not gonna predict the future. I see you in Miami in the next 6 months.
Oh
Before
yeah,
December, I see you in Miami.
yeah. Like, you guys in Miami are like wild chickens, you know, running around with no care in the world, man. They're all gonna gather you all, everyone together, and start vaccinating everyone.
And I'm not planning to get vaccinated.
Yeah, sure,
So
buddy.
if you wanna see me, that's okay, man. That's okay. But I'm not planning to get the vaccine.
Yeah, I'll have to fly. I'll have to get vaccinated.
Yeah. What? You're crazy.
How did you lose 70,000? I lost 70,000 by jumping strategies in the first 5-6 months. Jumping strategies. Going from Fibonacci's to trend lines, harmonics, Bollinger Bands, MACD, you name it. I've done everything. I've done every strategy, mostly every indicator. Ichimoku clouds, tried that. Man, it was just bad. Most of it was just over trading and over risking. That's it.
We've tried witchcraft.
Yeah, witchcraft. 23 pip range, fake out to the upside, could see a drop from 15900. Yeah, if we break the support, Lloyd, I think we can continue moving down. Just gotta break the support.
Hey guys, for everybody who wants to know how this Corona thing is going on, check the film Songbird on Amazon Prime. I watched it, and it's really crazy.
Which one? What's it called?
Songbird, it's called. Here in Germany. It's from last year.
Songbird, okay. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard the name Songbird.
It's from the maker from The Purge. And yeah.
If you're in a bullish bias and a 15-minute, 30-minute candle closed above a level but has a longer wick, can it still be traded? Yes. This is what happened here in the 15-minute time frame. Had a longer wick, closed above resistance, boom, wick filled, and continue on towards target. Wow, we tapped exactly 151.200 and rejected it. What do you guys think about Euro USD? Let's take a look at Euro USD. Do we have any news at 8:30? I don't think so. Oof. Wow, look at that. FXCM is paying big money for this ad. This ad costs around, I think it was 12,000 last time I checked. Something like that. Yeah, we have some small news over here for USD. Low impact news, not really going to affect anything. All right, Euro USD. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, we're kind of like consolidating. Looking at daily, we're bearish at this point. Let's look at the daily. Looking at the 1 hour, we're creating a resistance right here. We're creating a support at 1.17720. Looking at the 30-minute, yeah, we're in this range over here in the 30-minute time frame. This is a 13, 14. I would say Friday is a really good day to stop looking at charts here for the week. Analysis is getting very tricky, very difficult.
I think with this Kim Jong-un business, looking at it from a political setup, if he wouldn't have dared to do that business with Trump around, right? And he knows that Biden will be much more cool-headed and try build a coalition, and he's got time to try prod. But he wouldn't have done anything like that with Trump, because you don't know how Trump was going to react, And in his sort of thinking probably is that he can try and get away with as much. But I think he's mistaken in the sense that Biden's cool head probably can allow him to build a coalition and also pressure the Chinese and all this going on, because North Korea is really only able to do this because of their close links to the Chinese government. If they push it too far, Biden will act.
Yeah, that's true. Biden's head is so cool it's almost gone. How can, I don't know, man, guy can't even put sentences together. I mean, the videos I've seen, it seems like someone made funny videos. It doesn't seem real, the way he's talking. So, I don't know.
I'm not sure if it was about Biden, but I read somewhere. Yeah, I think it's Biden. He has some sort of issues at at a young age, like talking issues. He basically he didn't. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but I think I read it somewhere.
So the thing we can learn from this is, like, even if you have a speech problem, you can still become the president of the USA. Kim Jong-un was still doing the same thing when Trump was around. Yes, he was. But Trump handled it with love. That's what he did. He handled it with care and he handled it with love. He's like, hey man, listen, I know you're lost, but let's just work things out. That's what he did. And he worked things out. The first president of the US who literally went there, and he came to the US as well. Kim Jong-un, he came to the US and he's like, oh man, you're a nice guy. Your country is super nice. Oh, look at gold moving after that fake out. Nice. We were correct about this fake out on gold. Worked out perfectly. Was about to enter gold buys. Uh-oh.
Instruments.
All right, let's see here. Come on, you can't say Trump could string more than 5 words together. Trump was actually a really good speaker. I mean, if you go to YouTube and listen to his speeches, he's a good. I really like Trump. I liked him not because what he did or what he did not do, just because of his business acumen. Whatever you guys say, I think he was a great businessman. Apart from politics, I think he was awesome.
He didn't have the diplomatic flair. The kind of diplomatic language.
Yeah.
Kind of statesman language that traditional, actually worldwide, you kind of see it. Well, he's well dressed, he's kind of looks the part, fantastic, but he didn't have the language, right? But that doesn't matter.
He didn't have that way to kind of like twist words in ways. Yeah, exactly. He just said things how they were. That's it, in your face. You like it, take it. You don't like it, just leave, go away.
And the thing is, he wasn't kind to a lot of leaders, but his answer to that was, they didn't vote me in. I'm not meant to be kind to any of them. So why are you guys expect me to be nice to everyone? Let's talk business with these guys. So in a sense that was his, and he appealed to a voter base that liked that, and black and whites talking, straight up talking, no sort of gray areas. Whereas the kind of diplomatic speech we see all over the world, it's not just America or whatever. Sometimes they can say one thing and then like Boris does it fantastically. I don't think anybody can match Boris in his articulation. He says things and then he'll add some Greek in there and you're just kind of confused. It can go both ways.
When Boris came in, the first picture I saw was this. All right, the first picture of Boris I saw. So I googled Boris, right? And I'm not sure if I could get the same one, but this is the one I saw. Boris on bicycle. It's going to be somewhere over here. It was somewhere this one or somewhere he was on a bicycle and I heard he's the Prime Minister of the UK. Yeah, it was this one right here. This is the one I saw. The first time when I saw Boris, I'm like, what? Are they serious? Is this a joke? But he came in.
The thing is, he that's part of his image that he's got, kind of like a scruffy. But if you read his stuff, he was I think he was editor of a magazine. It's called Private Eye, which kind of like a satire. And in it, it takes brains to be writing articles and things. If you read his writings and stuff, it's just well formulated and well written. Trump didn't have any of that. He couldn't write a letter, and say, here's my views.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so Tony Blair can match Boris.
No. Tony Blair was a different. Tony Blair was a different beast altogether, because he was well spoken. Well, he had everything, and he looked the part as well. He looked clean. He had a decent suit on, good haircut, the whole thing. So there was an image, that he had. Boris just won't go get a haircut.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing. Look, Blair had the part, and he had the, they all had the education, but they were articulate, that they could do an argument. And I don't think anybody could match. I used to watch. My father used to make me watch Prime Minister's Question Time, and he used to record it for me, and he used to sit there, and I used to be forced to watch this, to get to learn how to counter argument, and as part of sort of my parents' education that they gave me. So nobody can match Blair at all, even when he was wrong.
Exactly, it was the GOAT, man.
Is IC Markets a good brokerage? Yes. All right, looks like Forex left the building over here today now. I'm down 10% on equity this month, but overall positive in pip gain. Okay. How to improve at managing trades? As I open fixed lot each time, but close partials way too early or late. So maybe two things are happening at this time. Maybe you're closing partials, so you didn't mention in profits or losses, but I'm going to assume, right? So maybe you close partials when you're in profits and you close them too early. That's a sign of low confidence, right? If you want to fix that, you may want to, like, maybe close partials and leave the rest position open and not put it at break even. Number two, maybe you're closing partials when you go in drawdown. I think closing partials in drawdown is much, much better than to close partials while you're in profits and scared. When you're scared, just like let a small position run. But building confidence takes time. It takes time. It takes from closing partials in profits and letting the rest run. So whenever you're in drawdown and you're in a losing trade, that's where I really, really get strict with my risk management. Can you explain the next move anticipating gold on if it breaks 1732? If we break 1731 or 32, okay, above this area here, yeah, I think we can continue on towards 1740. Look, right? If we break above this area on 30-minute time frame, you have clean candles going all the way to 1740. Clean candles happening there. 15-minute has some sort of a, some hippity-scotchy happening right over here. Like resistance things happening at this point, but other than that, should be very clean. With the help of Gulag power, is it possible we could manipulate the market? No, I don't think it's possible at all. I think it takes a lot of volume in the market to move it by 1 pip. Do you think I can become rich from trading? Nope. Yeah, you can. You can. It can happen. I've seen people do that. It can happen. But that's not the point. The point is, do you really enjoy trading? What was the name of this movie someone suggested to Raja about trading? That wasn't about trading. That was about the virus. It was called Songbird. Songbird. This was it right over here. Oh, it's a thriller. A pandemic ravages the world and a city centering on a handful of people as it navigates the obstacles behind hindering society, disease, martial law, quarantine, and vigilantes. Oh. Songbird. Oh, from 1988.
No, there's a new film from last year.
Oh, there's a new one as well. Okay. Oh, right here.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I'm probably going to watch this one first from 1988. And then I'm going to watch the new one.
So you have plans for the weekend now?
Yeah, that's my plan for the weekend. When is Dominion Markets opening? We got approved from Metacodes, finally. We got approved from Metacodes. Everything is good to go. So probably from the first week of April, hopefully this time we're going to be starting on. Q Banks and Raja Banks brothers. How do we look brothers? How? From what angle do you think I look Jamaican? Tell me. From what angle does Q Banks looks like he's from Pakistan? Just tell. No, man. Wrong analysis. Seriously though, this group is pretty big. We could probably pump up crypto and make some serious bread, GME style. Oh yeah, 100%. We can pump up some cryptos, 110%. People pitch me new crypto ideas every day. And every day I think about it, what if the entire gulag gets together and just pumps up a crypto and just sells it at the high? But the last person to sell it, he's going to be the loser. Because he's going to be selling at the very bottom.
How much is to build let's say a Raja coin? It's not expensive, right?
I don't
10
know.
grand?
Oh. Raja coin. Not bad.
We had that idea the other day in the group.
Yeah. The Illuminati.
Yeah, we had that idea in the other group. I'm going to try to
I
see.
think the
if we
Raja.
can-
The only problem with it is when the SEC start tracing you. You know?
Well, you can build a Raja coin and then accept deposits on the brokerage.
Yeah.
Raja coin. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be an entire loop. You know, it's a win-win.
Yeah. I mean, if it's to provide services on the platform, then that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Easy do that. You could do that on quite a few platforms actually. Not only Ethereum, and anything. Got nothing to do with anyone. It's only used on the platform. That's it.
I think some guys are doing the same thing in Kenya.
Mm.
They have their own crypto.
Yeah, crypto is very shady in different parts. What's this over here? I joined Binance yesterday. I'm staking out Cardano and Polkadot. Oh, do you think GJ is good for buy right now? Buy right now? I think if we break above the high at 151.080, that should be good. But that's only 10 pips, 11 pips. You know, the range is not enough at that point. Also, the 4-hour candle is about to close over here too, so you may want to wait for the 4-hour candle to close. Looking at the 4-hour, we're very bullish. 1-hour candle, we're bullish as well, but we're rejecting this resistance over there. I think it's going to be better to wait for break above 151.200. That's going to be a much better idea to wait for. I repeat, wait for a break above 151.200. I repeat again, 151.200. Wait for that. Because this is not enough range. It's like a 10 pip range. 10 pips minus 1.4 pip, 1.6 pip in spread. You got 8.3 pips left, you know. It's not enough. Or if it can continue pushing past 151.200, then you're going to be in a better position to hold that trade if you enter once we break above this area. You know what? NFTs, I read a lot about NFTs last night. I read a lot about them, and this is going to be the new digital currency because they're all built on blockchain, and some guys think, oh, it's just a little play. It's not a play, man. This is serious right now over here. NFT. I'm going to be looking into NFTs
like
now.
Computer games, Roger.
Yeah.
I think if you've got those kind of like those computer games where you can change your players' clothes and bits and bobs, so you can then potentially have your own brand online, and Roger's clothing or whatever, all right? And then they said nobody else can copy it, nobody else can have it, and it's quite exquisite, so that way it protects the product, and then nobody can go copy it, and the product is safe, and it's exclusive as well, guaranteeing exclusiveness.
Exclusivity.
Yeah, that's the word.
So you struggled there a little bit.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is that there's a few platforms that I was at a conference at, and they're trying to create sort of the ability for people to play games full time. So that you could be a gamer full time and maybe not win the millions, but in the thousands.
Oh.
So yeah, so in potentially, so of course everybody wants to win the million, win a league or whatever, but there are sort of smaller players just trying to come in, and although betting is the one thing, but there doesn't only have to be betting. There's sort of other platforms starting as well, so I think there's potentially the gaming industry is going to be massive.
Yeah, I think so too. Anyone knows Drizzy Banks? Oh yes, he's a guy on Instagram. You should look into eComi marketplace for NFT. You can invest in their coin. Yeah, a lot of new things coming in with this new digital age. What's this? 8:49. All right, guys, I'm gonna head off over here. My weekend is gonna start in about 2 minutes. So take care, everybody.
Thank you, Roger.
Yeah, stay safe, stay strong, people.
Yeah, take care, Yasser.
Chequeamos, Raya. Buen día.
Have a good one.
Thank
you, Roger.
Take care, Kervin. Take care, everybody. Albert.
Gracias, Roger.
Everybody.
Bom fim de semana, pessoal.
All right, Gulag. Have a good one.
Relax.
Buen fin de semana.
Yes, sir. See you guys Monday.
Thank you, Raja. Love the NFT talk.
It's Friday then. Let's do